Tyla in trouble? Senator Natasha wants Nigeria to review South African artists' visas after Ayra Starr controversy. Have you ever imagined a situation where one country's superstar is allegedly denied entry into another country? And before you know it, politicians are calling for the same treatment to be given back. Well, my people, that is exactly the conversation that has set social media on fire. What started as reports that Nigerian Afrobeats sensation Ayra Starr allegedly experienced visa issues in South Africa has now grown into something much bigger. It is no longer just about music. It is no longer just about entertainment. People are now talking about diplomacy, national pride, respect between African countries, and even whether South African artists like Tyla should face tougher visa scrutiny when coming to Nigeria. Then came the statement that shook the internet. Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan publicly called on the Nigeria Immigration Service to review visa applications of South African artists and apply the principle of reciprocity if Nigerian artists are being treated unfairly. Immediately, Nigerians began asking questions. Should Nigeria do the same? Is Tyla now being dragged into something she knows nothing about? Is this the right response? Or should music be kept separate from politics? The internet has been divided. Some people are saying enough is enough. Others believe innocent artists should never become victims of diplomatic disagreements. But what really happened? How did Ayra Starr become the center of this conversation? Why is Tyla's name suddenly everywhere? And why is a Nigerian senator now talking about immigration policies because of musicians? Today's gist is packed with everything you need to understand this developing story. Trust me, some parts may surprise you. But before we continue, if you're new to Gist Avenue, welcome to the family. This is the home of trending celebrity news, entertainment updates, social media drama, and the stories everyone is talking about before they become yesterday's news. We don't just bring headlines. We explain the full story, provide the background, and look at different sides of the conversation so you can decide what you think. If that's your kind of content, don't forget to subscribe, turn on post notifications, and give this video a thumbs up because it really helps the channel reach more people. Whenever conversations involve Nigeria and South Africa, emotions often run high. The relationship between both countries has always been interesting. On one hand, both nations are regarded as African powerhouses. Nigeria dominates in areas like Afrobeats, Nollywood, and population. South Africa is known for its strong economy, tourism, and globally recognized entertainment industry. Over the years, musicians from both countries have collaborated on hit songs, performed together on international stages, and helped push African music to audiences across the world. Fans have celebrated these collaborations because they show Africa united. But despite this friendship, there have also been moments of tension. Sometimes those tensions have been political. Sometimes they have been economic. Other times, immigration and visa policies have become major talking points. Every now and then, complaints emerge from either side about how difficult it is to obtain visas, work permits, or travel approvals. These discussions usually fade away after a while. But this time, the issue involves some of Africa's biggest music stars. That is why people are paying attention. Let's talk about Ayra Starr. For those who may not know her very well, Ayra Starr is one of Nigeria's biggest female music exports. She rose to fame after signing with Mavin Records and has gone on to release multiple hit songs that have earned millions of streams worldwide. From performing on international stages to collaborating with global artists, Ayra Starr has become one of the faces of the new generation of Afrobeats. Her popularity extends far beyond Nigeria. She has fans across Africa, Europe, North America, and many other parts of the world. Because of this international recognition, whenever she travels for performances or events, people expect the process to be smooth. That is why reports claiming she allegedly encountered visa problems generated so much discussion online. According to reports that circulated, Ayra Starr and members of her team allegedly experienced visa-related issues that affected planned activities in South Africa. As the story spread across social media, many Nigerians expressed frustration. Some questioned whether Nigerian artists were being treated fairly. Others argued that successful entertainers who help promote Africa globally deserve easier travel arrangements. Before long, social media users were debating whether Nigeria should respond in some way. Then another name entered the conversation: Tyla. If you've followed African music over the past few years, then you already know Tyla has become one of the continent's biggest success stories. The South African singer rose to international fame with her global hit song Water, a record that crossed borders and introduced millions of listeners around the world to her unique sound. Her success has been celebrated across Africa. Nigerian celebrities have congratulated her. Nigerian fans stream her music. Many Nigerian DJs play her songs regularly. She has performed alongside international stars and continues to represent African music on the global stage. Because of that popularity, many Nigerians were surprised when her name suddenly became linked to a visa debate. To be clear, there is no indication that Tyla personally made any immigration decision. She is an artiste, not an immigration officer, not a government official. Yet, because she is currently one of South Africa's biggest music exports, her name naturally entered public discussions about whether Nigeria should respond to any perceived unfair treatment toward Nigerian entertainers. This is where the issue became even more controversial. Should musicians become symbols of diplomatic disagreements? Or should governments handle these matters without involving entertainers? That question has divided opinions online. Just when people thought this would remain another social media debate, Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan entered the conversation, and her statement immediately made headlines. The senator argued that if Nigerian artists are facing unfair visa treatment, Nigeria should consider applying the same standards when reviewing visa applications from South African artists. She based her position on the principle of reciprocity. In simple terms, reciprocity means countries often respond to how their own citizens are treated abroad. If one country imposes certain conditions, another country may choose to apply similar conditions in return. Supporters of this idea say it encourages fairness. Critics argue that it can also increase tensions if not handled carefully. The senator's remarks immediately became one of the most talked about topics on entertainment blogs and social media platforms. Some Nigerians praised her for speaking up. Others felt the issue required diplomacy rather than public statements. And just like that, what started as entertainment news became a national conversation involving politics, immigration, and international relations. The internet quickly exploded. On one side were Nigerians who believed enough was enough. They argued that Nigerian entertainers contribute significantly to African music and deserve to be treated with respect wherever they go. Many said Nigeria should stop accepting unequal treatment and should defend its citizens. On the other side were people who believed retaliation was not the answer. According to them, musicians should never become collateral damage in political disagreements. Some also warned that entertainment has helped unite Africans and should not become another source of division. Others reminded everyone that many Nigerian artists perform successfully in South Africa every year, just as South African artists continue to enjoy massive support in Nigeria. So, should governments step in? Or should the entertainment industry remain above political disagreements? That is the question many people continue asking. And believe me, this is only the beginning of the story, because as more reactions poured in, even more interesting details started emerging. Some people dug up previous visa complaints involving entertainers. Others pointed to the long history of Nigeria-South Africa diplomatic disagreements. And suddenly, what seemed like one isolated incident began opening old wounds that many believed had already healed. So, what exactly happened with Ayra Starr? What do available reports actually say? How did this issue escalate so quickly? And why are fans from both countries passionately defending their positions? We're about to break it all down. Stay with me. Because the next part uncovers how this controversy grew from a reported visa issue into one of the biggest entertainment discussions on the continent.